Good afternoon, Miss Batson, and how are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. Thank you for having us.
All
Thank you for
right.
having me.
All
Sorry.
right. Welcome to Hope FM. This is your first visit here, and we are delighted to have you with us this afternoon to talk about some good business.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So I mentioned a lot of things here about you. All right. The founder and CEO of Innovative Healthcare Services, which we're going to talk a lot about this afternoon. But I want to kind of stray just a little bit before we go on to your business. I saw some interesting things here about you besides the nursing services that you are involved in. I also saw that you have a certificate degree in information technology. So we have I don't have a certificate degree. I do have a bachelor's degree, but we have that IT thing in common.
Lovely.
So at least we have a little in common there. All right. And I also see the interesting thing that you love nature.
That's right.
Aha.
That's right.
So and you take pictures. You
Photography.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is your favorite part of, or maybe your favorite thing to take in nature? Because I know sometimes with photographers, some people might like maybe the beach or the sunset, or is there something in particular that gets you going? One thing about nature, I don't know.
I
Is the
was
sunset?
sold out. Sunsets. You can't beat the sunsets. You see nature, you see God all through it. All the
right.
colors coming together, organized
right.
perfectly. That's a photographer's dream.
Okay, lovely.
Sunsets.
Lovely. All right. So that's wonderful, because sometimes we know all about the professional persons and we don't know about the person. So there's much more to that, much more to that person than the job that you do.
Yeah.
All right. So there are a lot of things that we can learn about Doreen. All right. So it's our pleasure to have you this afternoon.
Thank you.
And we want to hear more about innovative health care services. Maybe for our listeners, our viewers, maybe that this is the first time they're hearing about this organization, this business, and they're probably wondering what is, innovative health services. It sounds like a health service. But tell us a little bit about this business, Innovative Healthcare Services.
All right. Thank you. Innovative Healthcare Services is a home healthcare agency. We have from doctors, nurses, registered nurses, patient care technicians, and our domestic help. So we provide care in the comfort of your home.
Oh, lovely.
Synopsis.
Oh,
yes.
wonderful. Because I was thinking it was is a place that you go to. So you come directly to people's home.
We go directly to the home. We do have an office location at Belmont, but we go directly to your home. We deal with you in the confines of your home.
Oh.
Okay. So in a case where you have a parent who is home alone and you need somebody
Companionship
to care for them, get their meals organized, organize their medication if they're on medication, just to be a company, we can contact you.
Definitely. It's companionship
Okay,
care.
that's what. That's
So
great.
the patient care technician will come in, organize medication, does vitals, does the meals, does light cleaning, games and activities, to keep your parent
Awesome.
engaged.
Yes, that's great.
I love this. I love this. This is some good stuff right here. Because sometimes, we're talking about geriatric care, right? Let me leave you to talk a little bit more about the business, because you said you provide that kind of care for people. You come to their home, but maybe people want to know a little bit more of the services. So you care for them. You said you clean them up. You before
Administer the medication.
right, the medication
do the
and
vital
so
signs. That's
right.
the geriatric
And
care.
even before the program, we were having a little chat, and I was telling you that my mom, I know she normally, she would complain that under her foot, her foot feeling like sponge. Then she said she walking on it and like she not feeling anything, but she would always complain. There's so much that she would say that sometimes I tend to forget all the details of what she said, because she'd been complaining about it for a while. I remember the part that she said her foot feels like sponge. She always saying that if she walks on it, I think she said if she walks on it for a little too long, it will start to hurt. But it definitely feels like maybe she would feel like a tingly kind of thing. But it's so wonderful to know that you can actually come to the comfort of somebody's home and give that kind of care. All right. So, in case people wondering about geriatric care, and in case somebody hearing that word geriatric for the first time, because there are some persons, maybe younger audience, maybe even older audience that don't know what the word geriatric, give us a little insight on what that is all about.
All right. So geriatric means elderly. So
Right.
it's taking care of the elderly at home. So your elderly parent, your relatives, so that's geriatric.
Auntie, uncle, right?
Neighbor
Neighbor.
that don't have anybody to take care of them.
Right.
So that's geriatric care. And I think the main goal, the main thing behind the geriatric care is to give them a sort of family, because everyone is working. You're working to have to take care of mommy. You're working, everybody's out. And sometimes they're at home during the day, no one to converse with, and they love to impart. One thing with the elderly generation, they love to impart. They love to give you. They love to tell you, this is what I have been. This is what you could do. But child, you must try that so.
Right.
Don't try that so. Try it like that. Or drink this bush for that or that for that.
Nice.
So they impart knowledge onto you. So someone to sit with them, to talk with them, so they don't feel the missing link, knowing that family is out working. They get to see them just a couple hours in the night. So we have that engagement, that entertaining, keeping them occupied, the different little games, activities, things that, keep them engaged.
Oh, lovely. So you have little games, and so you would do with them.
Yes,
and I
we
like that. It's like an
do.
all-around kind of care. So
That's
you,
right.
I love that. All right. So they get their hair plait, maybe.
That's right.
Right.
Braided, washed.
lovely.
They assist. They even give us fancy hairstyles as well.
What about foot care, like the nail?
Pedicures. Yes,
Yeah,
we
sometimes
do.
the nails could be tough.
So
Yeah,
we soak the feet. We have a technician come in, soak the feet. Once it soaks, then it softens the area. You file it down, you massage it, you give it, you clean out all the calluses and everything.
So is that a separate?
If you're under the geriatric program, it's part of the program.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
if you're not part of the program, then it's something that's separate that you can call it and request for it separate. So.
Yeah, I see that you see such a bond develop between caregivers and elderly. Because I watch it with my mother-in-law and also with my father, and this young woman, she became like part of the family. So it's really a wonderful service. Yeah.
And when you do it and you do it with your heart, they remember you. Love is something that doesn't, you don't have to give words, oh, I love you. It's actions. Your actions
right.
define
Yes,
it.
you're right.
So the way you treat them, the way you relate with them, they will know, this person genuinely cares for me. They're doing their work not because it's a job, but because they genuinely care.
Lovely, lovely. So I see here, there's people may want to know as to the cost and so of these services, because you said you can be under the geriatric care. Does that mean that there's a monthly fee, like somebody who you go to often? There's maybe a monthly fee, a weekly fee, I don't know, a yearly fee. Give us an idea of
Sure.
the cost and so.
So it's a daily fee. It's $90 a day for geriatric care. So it's a daily fee. The day fee is $90, and it covers 8 hours during the day.
Oh, wonderful. And how often, seeing that you said it's a daily fee, how often would you recommend or based on your experience that persons would need this kind of care?
It depends. Sometimes, preferably most persons take the 5-day package because there is no one at home during the week. So they preferably take the 5-day package. However, if someone is home twice a week, then they take the 3-day package. So it's really based on the needs of the family when someone is at home or not. So it's really based on their needs. So some persons just do weekend care. So it's based on their needs, yes.
Do you have any special packages, let's say, for somebody who needs a little bit more a little bit more time. Say like they need more than a week or something. Maybe they, I don't know, maybe somebody's traveling for the month and they need somebody for the month. Do you have like do you put together like a special package, or is it still the $90 per day or so?
Okay. There is a special monthly package. There is
Okay.
a special monthly package that we put together. Those who are doing month care, 24-hour care, yes, there's a special package that we put together.
Okay, lovely. All right.
I am also a healthcare provider too, in the area of dentistry. And you know, when we deal with seniors, a lot of time we forget about the oral health. So in a case where they would need an extraction, maybe a cleaning, sometimes they're bedridden and they can't come out, you have your contacts there for those.
Yes, mouth care is something that is very dear to me because
Okay.
that's the one thing I did not get to do for my adopted mom before she passed.
Oh, okay.
That's the one thing, and I always remember that. So mouth care is always at the top of my list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yes, we have transportation. So most of the persons we bring them in. We use
Okay, you
dentists.
take them in.
Yes, we
Okay,
bring them in, but
nice.
we don't have much of it to mouth care because we try our best to make sure their mouth is properly taken.
You do your own,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
preventive care.
That's right.
That's great. Okay.
All right. For those of you out there and you're listening, feel free. You can send in your questions for Ms. Batson. You can send in comments. If you have comments, feel free, whether you're listening to us on YouTube, on Facebook. Feel free. If you want to text us privately, if it's a private question you don't want the world to see, you can also text us on our number 403-1031. Or if you are that brave one out there and you would like to call in, all right, you are also free to call us via WhatsApp. Same number, 403-1031. Don't forget. All right, so you are free at any point. If you'd like to ask a question, you'd like to give a comment, all right, you are free to text us again via whichever platform you're listening to us on, YouTube or on Facebook, or you can also text us privately or call us on our WhatsApp number 473-403-1031. All right, so we're talking about innovative healthcare services. And I know you said you'll probably have a sermon to give on that one, but I'm going to ask the question nonetheless. I'm going to ask the question nonetheless because you said that, okay, you have this passion for photography and you still studied a little IT on the side, but what really inspired you to get into this business or to start this business of geriatric care?
All right, so here we start the sermon.
We go give a little piece of the sermon. We won't take the whole. Yeah.
God.
Yes.
God, I was very happily in the public system working as a registered nurse, happy and settled. And the Lord told me, time to get out.
All right.
And at first, of course, I hesitated because you're in a stable job, so why would you want to move? So I hesitated for a bit, but you know, when the Lord speaks, eventually you have to move when He says move. So I did that on the 21st of February, 2022.
Oh, okay.
So it was God, it was His inspiration. I often say that He is the real boss behind this business.
Okay, awesome.
I'm just the person that you see, but He's the one that is in charge because it's He that gives the directives, He that gives the orders of how to do and what to do. So He is the one that is behind the business.
He is the provider. He is the source, because oftentimes, and there might be somebody out there, God might be talking to you to shift, from one job, start your own business, because, a lot of the times we tend to look at, Lord, where am I going to get the money? If I'm starting my own business, and my husband has a similar testimony when he started his own business, you tend to, but then when you realize, or when you come to terms with the fact that God is your source, all right, not the job. God is the one, whether you have your own business, whether you're starting your business, you're working public, you're working private, whatever it be, you have to understand who is your source. And if it is God that's given you that command, leave this and go to that. Even when he told Abraham, leave where you are and go to a country you don't know where you're going, but he left and he went. That's why we know Abraham as the father of faith. In all other things he did, it's faith, because he just believed God. And it's wonderful to know that, God spoke to you to start this business. It means that he will continue to provide. He will provide the clients that you need. He will provide all the resources you need to run the business and to run it well and with excellence, because I always believe that the people of God, the kingdom of God, has to represent the king.
Exactly.
The king is a man of excellence, so we have to be people of excellence. So I believe that you are going to continue. You're going to grow into excellence. You're going to not just grow into. I believe that you're already working in excellence, and you will continue to add to that, right?
That's right.
So tell us a little bit more. Not because I tell you we're using the whole hour. So give us a little bit more of how all of this started, and you said it started in 2022. That was February, you said?
That was the time I left my job.
Right.
God was speaking to me since November in 2021.
Okay.
But I bypassed it. Bypassed it November, bypassed December, bypassed. January, a situation came up and I started thinking, oh, well, maybe. And of course, I went back to the Lord in prayer. So it was February when God gave the directives of everything and how everything would come together. Originally, we started with the geriatric care, providing geriatric care and physiotherapy for the elderly citizens. At that time, we had our on-call doctors. Our doctors were not on staff. They were on call at that time. Now we have on-staff doctors.
Oh, awesome.
So we started with that. Then we did training. We trained our technicians, our first set of technicians. We were trained. They trained and were certified by the American Medical Certification Association. And we started out from there. After a while, we advanced and we started incorporating more things into our services. Well, I'm a registered nurse by profession, so the nursing services was always there. Medical services, then we have the geriatric care, we have the physiotherapy. Starting this month, we have our pore circulation therapy. And I think in a nutshell, basically, I think that's basically about what Innovative offers. Yeah.
All right.
I just had one more question. I know your service is for geriatric care, but there are people with disabled children who sometimes would need that sort of care, somebody to be there for them because they have to work and so. Is that included?
Yes,
as
we
well?
do. We do babysitting. I forgot babysitting.
Oh, okay.
And then we do take care of special needs. With the special needs, we do take care of special needs. It's a bit tricky in that the conditions, when you look at the conditions, it's not something you could just manage just like that. So it's a bit tricky, but yes, we do nurse them.
Okay, great.
So lovely. Lovely. I see that you have a flyer out. All right. Job fair that's coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that job fair that is coming up. The date, the time, where it's going to be, who can come, who can't come. I don't know. Tell us a little bit about that job fair coming up.
All right. So the job fair is on the 15th of this month. That's next week. Next week, Thursday, I believe it is. So, yes,
Okay.
next week, Thursday.
Next week, Thursday.
It starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and it goes until 1 p.m. The positions we have open now, we have patient care technicians, nursing assistants, babysitters, and cleaners. These are the positions that's open. So persons with certification can come down to the job fair. Once you're certified in your area, you can come down and we'll speak with you. The location, well, it's going to be at the clinic. The clinic is in Belmont, Fall Edge. That is about 3 or 4 buildings before the SDA Church, right close to Lexus Inn, the blue building.
Okay. All right. So interested persons, you're interested in becoming a babysitter, cleaner, nursing assistant, a geriatric caregiver, patient care technician. If you know you have some of these skills, you can visit the job fair next week, Thursday. That's from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Fall Edge, Belmont. So the building is located same side with the SDA Church.
Same side with the SDA
SDA
Church. It's the brightest, bluest building on that stretch, so it cannot be missed.
Okay, lovely. Lovely. What about, so you said so many different services you spoke about, right? You also said that, well, the persons who usually give the care, right? Some of them, or all of them, are nurses,
Patient care technicians.
patient care technicians.
Those who provide the geriatric care are either patient care technicians or geriatric care workers.
Okay.
The nursing services is those who need specific nursing services like wound care, ostomy care, if we have to do a suction, specific nursing services. But those that provide care at home are the patient care technicians.
Okay, so the nursing care is provided at your location.
Nursing care is both places. You can have nursing care provided at your home,
Okay.
or depends on the type of nursing care that you need, you can come into the clinic.
Okay, wonderful. Right, so things like if people, because you know, oftentimes people like their blood pressure checked or their sugar,
Definitely.
this kind of thing, so it
You
can be
come
done.
in, yes, you can come into the clinic.
Okay,
to have
lovely.
those things.
Lovely. Another question I wanted to ask is reinsurance. Is your service covered by insurance? I don't know if you would know that or. Okay, so somebody has to pay for your services. You understand?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we
Right?
do. Yes,
Right.
we do. It is covered by insurance.
Right. So
Yes,
the
it is.
person, okay, because some persons, you know, well, depending on the age, right? Depending on the age, and so because I know after a certain age, insurance kind of, you know, kind of don't want to accept. I don't know. My husband knows most about the insurance thing, so, but okay, great. So it's
So insurance covers our
right.
services,
Okay,
yes.
lovely, lovely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that you train caregivers. Is that a one-off or is that ongoing training? Or if somebody is interested and need to be trained, do they have to pay for the training?
All right. So if somebody is interested and they have experience, then we can take them on to work with us. And while they're working, then they can go through the training program.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not something that you have to pay for.
It will be deducted.
Deducted.
Yes,
Oh,
it will be
okay.
deducted from the salary, but you'll be working. You're working.
Okay, so it's not
and
you don't have to be pressured
No.
to right. I understand. That's great. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I see a important note here that I just was wondering about. So, you provide hospitalization care, right? So, a patient comes from the hospital and they need some additional care. I don't know, maybe they're still nursing a wound or something of that sort, right? I want to also ask if, in the event that you have a patient, you're taking care of somebody, and something happens and they need to be rushed to the hospital. Do you have what do you call that? Transportation services that can take them there immediately, or do you have to wait on the ambulance, or what kind of relationship maybe you have? Well, I know that's the right question to ask, what
it
relationship
is.
you have with the ambulance services.
So we partner with Med Access. That's a small transportation company located at Woodlands.
Okay.
So in case we have to get someone to the hospital right away, we'll telephone them, and they're normally there within 15 minutes.
Oh, lovely.
But the goal, what we try to do is to try to keep persons at home as much as we could possibly can. So certain signs, we try to catch them early and manage it early to avoid hospitalization, because our system is cramped. So we're short staffed, we're losing nurses. And to have our patients going into the hospital means we're putting more burden on a system that's already stressed. So we try our best to manage them at home and catch things before it gets to hospital. But we do partner with Med Access.
Okay, lovely. Lovely. What is the most popular kind of care? I don't know if that's the correct word to use, or you have to administer to most of your patients, your clients. When I say care, in terms of not the general, where you give the general care of cleaning and so, but is there one that is more popular amongst, the elderly that you give more often? I don't know if you understand the question.
Yes, I do. The general population, not only elderly,
Okay.
a problem that we've been seeing, that I've been seeing quite often is wounds, especially peripheral ulcers, ulcers that are not healing, caused from poor circulation. So it's not only in elderlies, it's also in young persons as well. And this is something that I've been seeing quite a lot of recently. So in nursing services, this is a service that we've been given quite a lot. And when we talk about poor circulation, remember you have the ulcer comes out on the skin and it's not healing because the blood is not getting to the area. And this is something, this could cause into because a little could end up into.
Well, if you don't mind, what do the ulcers look like? Because all of us have. You might want to,
We can
when you say ulcer, you mean it looks like a bruise? It looks like a dark.
It's an opening in the skin. Sometimes it goes down past the subcutaneous, the fatty layer of the skin. Sometimes it goes down. Sometimes you see tendons. Sometimes you see veins. Because remember, some of these ulcers, persons have these sometimes for 3-4 years. Some of them are dressing it at home and they're not using sterile techniques.
Right.
So by using non-sterile means, what would happen is the ulcer gets infected. It gets infected. There's no chance of it healing just like that. So it goes on for years and years. So when they get to us, we have a break in the skin. Some of it is really, really, really bad. And this is something that we've been seeing quite a lot of recently.
Okay. What about the what do you call those? Spider veins, varicose veins.
Varicose veins.
Yes.
Varicose veins is I don't let me not say it's a issue here in Grenada, but I have not seen much of those spider veins. I have not seen it. I don't know if there is.
Okay. But have you seen like any of your patients, clients that you have to deal with having? Because I think I heard one of a friend of mine said that her mom at some point, like the I don't know if it was varicose or the other one, it burst. I've never seen, but
that is a condition. I'm aware of that condition where the veins bust, the varicose veins, they bust, they pop under pressure. And again, it's the same process. If it's not cleaned properly, it can lead into an ulcer because it's right on the vein itself. And it is a painful condition. It is very painful. But once it's dressed properly, but you see, the thing is, right, all of these go right back up to poor circulation. The issue behind the poor circulation needs to be addressed. And if that is not addressed, then you're healing, but eventually you're busting again because the main root cause of the problem, you haven't dealt with it.
I just had another question where it concerned with nutrition and home care. I mean, you're going to someone's home. Do you give advice as to what sort of you'd like them to provide for the elderly that you're caring for, the person you're caring for? Do you give nutritional counseling?
We do better than that. We provide an entire meal plan. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks.
Okay.
Because the thing is, the goal is to keep you healthy at home. And nutrition, that's activities of daily living. Nutrition is one of them. If your diet is not right, then you're really not right. So diet is very important to us. We provide an entire diet plan.
That's great. And also you provide a diet and you give them exercises.
Of course we do.
Right.
Those who are able to walk, we do little walking exercises with them. And if they're not, we do what is known as range of motion exercises, where we exercise them on the bed so they wouldn't break down any further.
Right. Because I believe those sort of, practices and it is a lot of prevention there, more than even with the circulation. If they get in the exercise and they're eating properly, and so
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you're eating properly, you're getting the exercises because, again, the diet contributes to everything. If your diet is off, essence, your body is off.
True. Yeah, so that's really a great point. I mean, it's I think it's an awesome service, and people out there, you should seek if you have elderly parents and people that you see need that sort of services. Please let them know that it's available. I'm really glad that it's available here in Grenada, because a lot of times people feel that they have to retire abroad because they don't get a care here as they grow older. But now it's here, so we are glad that you're
Yes.
that innovation is a
You
great
could
one.
retire
Yes.
in Grenada, and we're trying to give the best
Yes.
service we could. And as said earlier on in the show, God is perfection. God gives excellence. And if we say that and we claim to be children of God and we're not given excellence and perfection, then
You're right. And Sister Donnie, I think yourself and your husband were speaking about sometime you were away and you went to
Yes.
an area where they had a retirement. I don't know what you call it.
Retirement settlement.
assisted living.
Yes.
Assisted living. They have their
Yes.
own apartment. It was just for
Yes.
retired
Yes.
folks, and retired people were taking care of us.
Assisted
and vacation, they were taking care of us. They had their own flat, their own kitchen, everything, bedrooms, and their gym, and everything is provided for them within the apartment building.
This is something I long to see here in Grenada. God knows, because I have seen it where they have the complex, and the complex is just them. So it's just the elderly people. They have the gym, they have the supermarket, they have the bowling alley,
Recreation,
and
yeah,
everything, and it's
yeah.
just within that center. So they're with others of their age. They can relate more. They're not isolated. There's some that have different floors. There's the 3-level floors. The first floor is those that are mobile, those that are walking. The second floor is those that semi-mobile, and then the third floor is bedridden. So those, they kind of have them grouped closer together. But this is something I would love to see happen here in Grenada. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, a couple years from now, this is where your business might expand to. You never know. You never know where God is leading you and what He would do.
That's
All right,
right.
because this is just you starting off at this point. All right, and you never know, 10 years from now, 20, 30 years
Exactly.
from now, you look back and you say, oh, yes, remember the 2 ladies in the radio station? They were
Yes.
telling me about this, and look, it's now a reality. Yes, this is where God is a God of excellence. So
right.
we never limit Him. Maybe this is where you have to start off, and God is going to do greater and bigger things for you and your business in the future. Not just today, not just tomorrow, but next year and the year after and the year after and years to come. All right. Is there anything that you would like to share with the general public, your business? I also wanted to talk about maybe how persons can sign up. Is there a process? Can they just call in? Do they have to bring in the person? Do you have to come and check the person? What is the process of signing up for these services?
All right. So we do what is known a care assessment. That's the first thing. You would call in or you'd WhatsApp in and book an assessment. We go to the home and we do a care assessment. We assess the person, assess their conditions, their medications, their medical conditions, the medications that they're on. If they have specific orders from doctors, we assess that. We check their conditions, their living conditions, check for safety issues. After we do the assessment, then we prepare a plan of care, and then we do the diet plan. Yes, so we do all of that. The process normally takes about a week to get somebody onto the program.
Okay. I just want to put up the number on the screen just in case people might. I know we have the flyer out, but I just want to put up the number again. Your number I'm talking about, so that persons.
404.
Well, then let me just put 473 first, seeing that we're in Grenada. 473
04
404
7838.
7838. All right. So for those of you wondering about the number for innovative healthcare services, you might just want to sign yourself up or sign up a member of your family, elderly person, maybe grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, whoever it be that you know you heard about the services, all the things that are being provided, and you might just be interested in getting some of these services. All right. Or you might be interested in becoming one of the workers. We also spoke about the job fair. Don't forget about the job fair next week, Thursday. All right. And we also said the persons we're looking for at the job fair. Let me just go back to the flyer that you gave me for the job fair. I think I lost the flyer.
So we're looking for...
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're looking for cleaners,
Uh-huh.
patient care technicians, geriatric caregivers,
Right.
nursing assistants, and babysitters.
Wonderful. So
It's going to be at the clinic at Belmont, Fall Edge Belmont.
And don't forget from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that's next week, Thursday, August 15th. So if you're interested in, helping out or not just helping out, because I guess as much these persons are going to be paid, but interested in this kind of career, you can also possibly call the number if you forget any kind of details, or you can visit the job fair next week, Thursday, and be a part of this. All right, so these are some, a lot of information here, a lot of services provided. And for those of you, again, you're online and you probably have a question that you'd like to ask, you have a comment that you'd like to share, feel free to do so. Feel free if you would like to call in. So the number I have on the screen is actually the number for Innovative Healthcare Services. But if you want to call in to Hope FM, here is our number. Don't forget, at the bottom of the screen, you can call us 473-403-1031. All right, 403-1031. You're free to call us on WhatsApp. You're free to also text us if you just want to send a text privately. All right. So, any questions or comments? Any other questions, Sister Donnie?
I don't really have any other question, but I really like the idea, and I think, I thank God for speaking to you and that you responded, and, you're making that service available to Grenadians, because a lot of times there are people wondering, well, where could I get somebody to take care of my mom or my dad, because they might be abroad and their parents alone, and, you don't know who to contact. And so I'm so happy for this, because it's really a blessing for the nation, for the elderly people in the nation, And a lot of times, senior people, they don't want to go to a home.
Yeah.
They prefer to be at their own home. And if you can get somebody to come and sit with them and do all those things for them and be a company to them, that's awesome.
It's going to the home, I say, kills their spirits. You labor, you sacrifice, you put this house together, you see in persons. You might be lying down on a bed, but you see in persons. And to go to a home, I think it really kills their spirits. I don't know why.
I think it's something psychological. I don't know. To me, it's something psychological that when you send them to a home, it's like, okay, they abandoned, or okay, I go there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just to say it in we colloquial kind of way. I go there tomorrow. That is how I think that's how they tend to feel. Okay, I'm sending them to a home. Well, they're actually, in my mind, right? And I think in all of us mind, we're getting older every day. You get old, you're 80-something, but you're still not thinking you're old. You might say, I'm a big woman, or I'm not your age anymore, but you're still not thinking, okay, I'm close to. Some people just don't have in their minds, I have reached the age up there, and I'm close to that age where I'm going to die, or whatever the case might be. So sending them to a home is just like, it's like their children abandon them, as you say. They feel abandoned, and they just feel, okay, Once I go there, I go there. That's how I feel. That's how I think they think about it. So, in terms of, I like the idea of the companionship. I like the idea of the taking care of them and having the conversations with them, because oftentimes, right, the elderly, they don't have, in some cases, as Sister Donnie said, you might have your children away, all right? You might have maybe persons who don't have children at all right, and they have other family members, but that care comes in, really, really lovely for them. And right, it have those who might just be a little independent, but they just need somebody to be there to assist them in some way. So I think this is such a wonderful, an awesome business, and I'm really hoping that this business is able to grow, because even when Sister Donnie and her husband Trevor T was talking about the whole retirement thing and how these people have their little flats, and it's like it's like a really awesome thing where these people retire, but where they live in, it looks like
Posh.
yeah, posh, posh. I really think that it would be a wonderful thing if your business, or even if it's not your business, somebody can, have a business similar to that one, where people in Grenada don't feel like, okay, I retire now and what to do. Because usually what happens is that the people, like the people in the UK and so, when they retire, they come down. All right. And a lot of them build houses. They build this big house, and tutus, they come down and they, I don't want to really say that they die, but, by the time, because they build this really big house, right? Because they're building to say, okay, when I retire, coming back to Grenada, coming home. All right. But if there's a place that they could just pay for the flat or pay for the services, and they come and they just, organize. They not to spend all this sort of money and, this big house, and then tutus, and then sometimes they don't have children that in Grenada. Everybody are away, and nobody want to come back, and the house just stay there and just,
it's a loneliness too.
Yeah.
It's a loneliness. You're speaking, and I'm thinking about this client. She called me. I was in the middle of training. Nurse Batson, I need to see you now. I said, okay, I'm in the middle of training. Can I get to you when I'm done? Yes, I really need to see you today. It's important. All right. So I finished training and I rushed down to see her. Drive real hard, harder than the ambulance. Rush down to see her, fly up the steps. When I get up, I address her. I said, yes, you wanted to see me? How you out of breath? So I said, what you say is important. She put my sit down. And she talked to me about her life all in England, up. And this is later and after a long day. And she's talking to me and I'm sitting there thinking, but she said it's important. It's an emergency. And I just sat and I just listened and I listened and I listened. And I intentionally listened there. I wasn't listening in space. I was listening to her. Then when she realized outside getting dark, she's like, okay, well, you had to go home, because I know you had the dogs to feed outside getting dark. And in my mind, I'm thinking, where's the emergency? But she wanted somebody to talk to now. Yes. She has care, right? Yes. She has care. There is someone there with her during the day. But when the carer leaves, there is 2 or 3 hours when there is not anybody. So whenever her number calls, I'd even wait for her to say, oh, I need to see. I was like, I'll be there.
Yes, but I really think this is a lovely, lovely idea. It is a great idea to care for the elderly. I mean, the Lord in the Word tells us about caring for the elderly, taking care of the young ones, and He always emphasizes the what you call the people when their husband or their wife die. You call the widows and the spinsters, or whoever it is. God wants us to take care of these people, and it's a wonderful thing.
Because you're putting back into the world. You are given what you will get later down in life if God tarries.
Right.
If God tarries, whatever you give, you're going to get it back. You are going to get it back.
Yes.
So it's not, to me, it's not about just going and care about someone. To me, it's a calling. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than just caring. It's a calling. It's something that you give. It's a life that you live, a testimony. You give that back. I don't know how long it is God is going to tarry for. But if He tarries and I get to that point in life, how would I like to be treated? What would I want others to give? Would I want people to come and snap for me? Would I want them to just not listen to me?
Right.
So I put into the world, it's a rule in the Bible. You do unto others
As you have them to
just
do
as you would have them do
do
unto
unto you.
you. And it's karma. Karma, persons who are not believers say it's karma. But yeah, those things are real.
Comes
It's
back.
real.
And you said something there, so just my last question before we more or less wind down this afternoon. The persons that are being trained for the home care, right? I know there's a training that takes place, but do you speak to them regarding, okay, so we said yes, I know it's you are a trained professional, but what about the things that, okay, the person needs somebody just to talk to? Is there some kind of counseling training or anything of that sort? Because,
they rephrase me, the
right.
preacher. Because I just preach it.
Right.
Because it's yes, you can give someone care. You can give someone the best care. No problem with the care. But you're not listening to them.
Right.
You're not listening to them, but you're doing everything for them.
Yes.
You're busy cleaning the house, busy taking care of them, but you're not spending any time with them. Literally, that's not what they need.
Right.
That's not what they need. A client once says to me, leave the whole house dirty, let she come and sit down and talk to me. That is all. She don't want food cooked, nothing. Let her just come and sit down and talk to me. So we speak to them.
Right.
We speak to them. And as I always say, God leads us in this business. So God has been sending the right persons, and we pray that God continues to do just that. We've had our challenges, our fair share of challenges, but persons, they want you to talk to them, and this is what I preach and I instill in them. Even me, I'm quite busy, but when someone puts me sit down and they just want to talk, I cannot have a next appointment in the next 5 minutes that I cannot listen to you.
Right.
And oftentimes they say, oh, Nurse Batson always running. It is not that. Somebody needed to talk. They needed to listen. And you never know how you could help somebody just by listening.
True.
Just by listening. You ain't doing nothing else.
Right.
No advice, nothing. Just listen.
Right.
That helps. That really, really, really helps. Some persons come down, leave all their family, their husband dies, them alone. And you're giving them care, providing all of the care, doing everything. And then you leave them just like that. No. So we instill that in our technicians. We let them know, yes, you're caring for the persons, but give them that listening ear. Give them the best of that. Try to get them involved when you're working. Let them do what it is. Let them try to do. Let them try to, speak to you as much as they can.
I'm just taking this question actually from one of our viewers. What is the demand for such skills in the next 10 years? I don't know if you know the answer to that, but
which skills?
The skills associated with geriatric care, I think he's talking about all these skills. Do you know of the demand? Well, I guess it's talking about in Grenada. Have you seen more or less, what is your clientele like? You see people signing up?
Do you have majority? The population is aging, huh?
Right.
They are aging. And in order to take care of mommy and daddy, the children are working. So there is a demand at present, and it is going to continue because you have the generations getting aging, and you have those that are able going out to work.
Okay.
So within, I can't really forecast, but I know right at present there is a huge demand.
And I realize that we have a lot of young retirees too.
That is correct. That is correct. Recently, I met someone 35 years, and he just retired. He had a job in China for a couple of years, and he just retired at 35.
And also you have, people with older parents, and they themselves have health challenges, and they may not need a sit-in, but they would need a service as well as their parents.
Yeah.
So I believe there's a pretty much great demand for this here, forecasting.
Correct, yeah. Because the diet, everything has changed. Even now, the way the elder folks used to eat, the younger generation don't eat like that anymore.
Yeah.
So you find the generation is getting weaker as they...
Awesome. So I don't know if you have any other information that you'd like to share with the public, re your business, so that people can um, really take advantage of the services. And when I say take advantage, it's to your benefit and to our benefit as well, to the persons. But I don't know if we missed out anything of any of the services that you have to offer, or if there's any other information that you'd like to share with the general public, so that people know that here's what we also have this service available.
So all our services are on
Yeah.
our websites. We have our website, it's
Okay.
innovativehealthcaregnd.com. So all our services are on the website. You can also book directly from off the website. So if you would like to know about our services, just pull up our website and you'll get everything there. So it's innovativehealthcaregnd.com.
All right, let me see if I have this correct. I kind of type it kind of fast.
Innovative. That's perfect.
InnovativeHealthcareGND.com. So those of you who want to find out more about these services, maybe we, along the way, we said some things and you didn't quite hear it correctly, or you want to go back, you could go back and listen to the live again. But you can also visit the website, InnovativeHealthcareGND.com, where you can get some additional information, maybe some things that were not said here today. Maybe you might find out some other things, or you might see something that you might be interested in. So you can visit the website, Innovative, that's INNOVATIVE, Health, HEALTH, Care, CAREGND.com. So visit the website. You can also, I gave you the number a little earlier on. The number is 473, especially for those of you calling out, if you're not in Grenada, 473-404-7838. That's 473-404-7838.
And also, we have spoken a lot about our nursing services, geriatric care. Let's not forget our medical services. We have our in-house doctor, Dr. Kathy King. That's our on-staff doctor, and she provides medical services.
Okay.
Yes. She provides all of our medical services, consultations, anything concerning doctors related. We have our in-house doctor who takes care of that. And it's the same process as well. We can come to the house, or you can come to the clinic, whichever is more convenient.
Okay, lovely. So those of you out there, you unable to leave the house to go to the doctor, you have that in-house service provided. If you can leave home to go to the doctor, you can visit. All right, the office again, it's at the Fall Edge, you said?
That's correct.
Fall Edge, same side as the Seventh-day Adventist Church. You said about buildings.
4 buildings.
About four buildings on the same
Before.
side.
Same side,
Okay,
that's
right. All right, so you can visit Innovative Healthcare Services. All right, so we've had a very packed program this afternoon. We've talked about much regarding the services and everything that is being provided. It was indeed a very fruitful conversation. Thank you so much, Ms. Batson, for being with us here at Hope FM, and specifically on Team Family. As we said, our program is usually every week around this time, only for an hour, and we talk about everything and anything relating to the family. And of course, our motto again, as we stand for Team Together, we educate, affirm, and motivate families. So we educated you this afternoon. We educated you on some things, and we were also able, I hope, to motivate you to get some help, either for yourself or for your loved one, somebody you know. All right. So it was a pleasure. Thank you for being with us. Hope you enjoyed the short time you were here with us.
It fly fast. You said
It
an
went
hour,
by.
and I'm looking up to see where this hour went.
An
Thank you for
hour.
having me.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Any last words?
I would just like to join with Sister Sabi and say thank you so much for letting us know of this service. The public know of this service, and I want to encourage the public to make use of it. You know, we all want to live a better, healthier life. We want to have a better quality of life as you grow older. And I think those of us who have senior parents or children that need the care, would really, this is a needed service and that you should take advantage of it. So thank you again, and may God bless you and bless your business venture.
Thank
Or
you.
not just a business venture, but your service to the people of this nation.
Thank you.
All right. So, to all our team family persons listening out there, thank you again for joining us on another episode of Team Family. We'll be back next week again to talk about another interesting topic relating to family. We'll be here again to educate, to affirm, and to motivate you. So have a blessed evening, a wonderful week. For those of us who are on holiday, the teachers, all right, well, as a matter of fact, we have about 3 days holiday, 2 days. All right, so in Grenada, this is carnival season, but for those of you, for those of you just getting a 2 days, enjoy the next 2 days. Go to the beach, have a little relaxation, take a little extra sleep. All right, go out with your family, maybe just do something fun with your children, with your mommy, your daddy. All right. So blessings on your week. Have a great afternoon. Thank you again for joining us. Good afternoon.
Hey, you can't touch me. Lucifer, you can't touch me. Furthermore, take your filthy hands off me from my leg.